Hello and welcome. I'm Paisley. If you don't know me, thank you for joining me for this yoga refresh. We're going to work on the upper body for this one. If you want a lower body focus, I'll pop a link up top and you can do that with this or at another time. Regardless of that, stand on your mat and face toward the short edge or the front edge and have your feet a comfortable distance apart. Just give yourself a chance here to take a breath in, just to let go of whatever you were doing before this and bring your attention to the present. It might be useful to just observe the flow of one inhale, feeling that air passing your nose as you exhale. When you breathe in, you're going to reach your arms all the way up overhead. I'm just going to turn and face you for this. As you exhale, you're going to open your right arm to the right and side bend to the right. So stopping, anywhere from shoulder height all the way down to your hip, wherever you want. Inhale, rise, bringing that right arm with you. And then exhaling, you can go over to the left. And as you side bend to the left, you're kind of dropping that left arm out and down wherever you want. And then inhale and come back up with both arms overhead. When you exhale, release your hands. Take your right hand behind your back. Grab onto your wrist with your left hand. Once you have that clasp, you're going to tip your head left. You're going to nod your head gently, yes. And then you're going to rotate left and right, or maybe it's like you're saying no. Just kind of rotating your head on its axis. Inhale the head back to center. Exhale, release your arms. We're just going to go inhale, arms up, one breath. That's all we get here. We're going to exhale, arms down, and do the second arm. Left hand behind your back. Grab it with the right. Pull it slightly across. And now tip your head over to the right. With your head tipped right, nod yes. So it's angled right and you're nodding yes. And oh my gosh, this side is twice as tight for me. So you can always do the tight side longer or twice if you're feeling that. And then remember there's a rotation. So you can do that now. Just kind of getting into those fibers of your neck, between the neck and the shoulder itself. Inhale the head to center. Exhale, drop the arms. Inhale, reach overhead both arms. When you exhale, dive forward, open the arms out to the side. You can soften your knees. We're focusing less on the legs here, so no need to force that, but if it feels good, you can straighten them. When you breathe in, lengthen your spine to the halfway lift, it's usually called, or Ardha Uttanasana. It's just an extension of the spine. Kind of pull the spine and head away from the butt. You can even put your hands on your shins if this is harder for you. And then walk your hands forward toward the top of your mat and step yourself back into dog pose if that feels good to you. If not, just drop your knees and do dog pose with your knees down, or even child's pose would be fine. You can always do it on your elbows if your wrists hurt. And you're going to push the floor away from your head with your hands. Bend your knees slightly. And then move your chest toward your knees. Keep a little imagery of having like a hollow in your armpits, so you're not bending so much in your shoulder joint that they're flattening out. If that doesn't make sense, let the instruction just pass on by. Don't worry about it. Take one more breath. Now, if your knees are up, if you are in dog pose, put your knees down. Keep your toes curled under. And then if it's possible for your knees, sit back on your heels. Sit upright. So we're stretching the soles of the feet here. I'm just going to turn and face you. Now, if this is like totally unbearable on your feet, you're welcome to get off the feet in this position. If your knees don't like it, you can stand upright on your knees instead of sitting back on your heels. Regardless of that, we're going to revisit the arm sway that we did earlier. So staying seated or kneeling, inhale your arms all the way up overhead. As earlier, exhale to the right arm goes halfway to the ground. Inhale, center. Guess where you're going? rotating. Side 2, I know you knew that already. So the arm can go as low or high as you want. Inhale, both arms overhead. Exhale, arms down. So similar to what we did before, you're going to reach, I'm going to turn my back to you for this. You're going to reach your right hand behind your back, kind of like we did earlier. And then you're going to lean. Actually, let me change how I'm going to teach you this. Take your left hand toward the floor and reach your head to the right. Not sure if this is backwards of what we did last time. Sometimes I get confused when I rotate around. So you're going to flex your, it's actually extension, but you're going to palm toward the floor, bend at your wrist, push your palm down, tip your head over to the right. So it doesn't matter which arm you're doing. We're going to do them both. So reach toward the earth. Reach your head the opposite way. Again, you can nod yes. So now instead of your hand behind your back, I accidentally said that before, you're just reaching down toward the floor, sort of depressing the shoulder and pulling your head opposite way. And then you can rotate your head too. Rotate and nod and move it around. So bring your head back up. Relax your arm. Side 2, whatever arm you're on. Sorry if I confused you. Sometimes this happens. You're reaching toward the floor, and obviously you could be up off of your heels, but you're reaching toward the floor with your right hand or whatever hand you're on. You're going to bend your wrist so you're extending at the wrist, and then you're tipping your head opposite of that hand. So if it's your right hand down, your head's going to the left. Okay, so stay with that. Remember, as your head goes to the side, you're pressing your palm toward the floor as if you're trying to, in fact, put your hand on the floor. And then while you're here, you're kind of depressing the shoulder down. You could nod your head. You could rotate your head. You could do some combination thereof. And come out with your head. Finally, we're going to come off the toes. You're going to release your toes to flat, and you're going to step forward with your right foot. So a kneeling lunge. On in-breath, sweep your arms all the way up overhead. Draw 2 circles like wings. On the exhale, they're going to come back. Now, you're going to take them behind you. If you can do reverse prayer, touch the tips of your fingers and climb your hands up your back, trying to go palms together. If that doesn't work, you can put your knuckles touching, or you can hold one wrist with the other. So either way, you're going to roll your elbows back, press your hands to one another, lift your chest, lift your gaze. While here, you're just going to bend into the right knee, and then you're going to back away from that lunge. So up and down or forward and backward 2 more times. Forward, hands aren't changing. Backward. Last one, forward. Backward. When you come back, you're going to round forward, slip your hands away from your back, reach them alongside your right leg, forward, overhead. Same little sway we did before. Side bend to the right. Open the right hand toward the floor, maybe halfway, maybe all the way. So you're side bending in your lunge. Inhale the arms up. Exhale both hands to the mat. You can step through dog pose, or you can just step change with your knees on the floor. You choose. Either way, you're going to end up in a kneeling lunge with your left leg forward. You're going to inhale, arms forward and overhead. Circling them back and around like wings, opening your chest. Reach behind your back. You're going to go for either a reverse namaskar or the reverse prayer position, knuckles touching each other or holding one hand with the other. Push your elbows back slightly. Open across your collarbones. Give yourself a breath. Pulsate with the front leg in the lunge. Exhale, deeper. Inhale, more shallow or coming more upright. If this kills your back knee, you could always do this with your back knee off the ground. It's just a lot harder balance-wise. So we're doing 3 pulsations, and that one you would go kind of toward bend and straighten the front leg. And then after you've done 3, round your head and torso forward, slip your hands away from your back, sweep them back forward alongside your left leg and all the way up overhead. Side bend left, opening the left hand down to the side, stop at shoulder height or keeps going if you want. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, both hands to the ground. And then again, stepping back. You can go to child's pose or revisit your dog pose one more time. If you're in dog, you're welcome to lean through and come through some form of a vinyasa, maybe into a back bend, just an option. Returning to dog or staying in child's pose if that's where you prefer to be today for 2 more breaths. And then you're going to put your knees down if they're not down. And you're going to sit yourself up. Find any position to sit in that's comfortable for your legs. We're not going to be here too long. And we're going to use this in place of Shavasana. So in this refresh course, little mini class, we're skipping Shavasana, but we want to take time to just pause. So close your eyes if you'd like, or soften them and gaze down. Watch the breath. Again, maybe feeling the air coming in and out your nose, over your upper lip. Give a chance to shed any layers of tension and resistance that you can let go of now. You can leave your hands where they are or join them together in a prayer position in the front or the gesture of gratitude. So taking this moment to just offer your thanks for this practice, for this teaching made available to us, even here on YouTube for free. And for this body that's able to do whatever it was able to do today. From my heart to yours, thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you next time.